Good morning, Britain. A double whammy of rising water bills and interest rates, piling more pressure on households already struggling to make ends meet. In April, people living in England and Wales will see the biggest jump in water rates for nearly 20 years, and also expected today the 10th interest rate rise in a row.
Meanwhile, Rishi Sunak marks 100 days as Prime Minister. His short tenure already marred by sackings and scandals as bullying allegations continue to plague his deputy, Dominic Raab.
Well, Ben, when Rishi Sunak took office, somebody said that boring is back, but his first 100 days have been anything but.
Also this morning, GPs stretched to the limit. We've been granted exclusive access to a busy practice in Birmingham, where doctors are seeing double the number of patients that they're meant to, raising fears patients could be missing out on diagnoses which could save their lives.
It's been revealed that the Queen thought Prince Andrew should use charity work as a route back into public life after his fall from grace. Would that be cause for you to forgive him? Do let us know your thoughts. We're speaking to the Duke's ex-girlfriend, Lady Victoria Harvey, later in the show.
And also this morning, the legendary trio who fronted questionless sport for decades. They're here in our studio this morning as we put them through their paces with a very special Good Morning Britain quiz. Sue Barker, Matt Dawson and Phil Tufnell join us after 8.
A mixed bag of weather today. Windy with showers in the north, fine with sunny spells in the south. I'll have all the details of that and more coming up in Good Morning Britain.
Thursday, 2nd of February, 2023. Live from Television Centre in London. This is Good Morning Britain with Ben Shephard and Susanna Reid.
Good morning, Britain. It's just gone 6 o'clock. Welcome to the programme. You are particularly excited about some of our guests this morning.
Very, very excited. The Matt Dawson, Sue Barker and Phil Tufnell are coming in.
Oh, tough
as a kid growing up in the 80s, question of sport was an absolute mainstay in our house for me and my family.
Is it the reason that you love sport and presenting
I think,
so much?
do you know, it could well have had a hand in it. So watching it back then, with David Coleman hosting, Bill Beaumont, Emlyn Hughes, the various hosts that they had over the years, and then Sue's tenure as the host, with Tuffers and with Dawes as well. And then I once got the chance...
Tuffers and Dawes.
Tuffers and Dawes, as they're known by their mates.
Sue?
Sue.
Barkers.
And I got to go on the show. I got to do the Christmas special once. They did a question sport Christmas special, so they didn't just have sports on it. They weren't employing me as a sporting aficionado, as a former pro. And it was like a dream come true. It was like sitting there thinking, if 13-year-old Ben had known one day I was going to sit in this chair next to this question of sport captain and doing home and away and doing all those, it was just a real treat. I love them. I love what they did, so I can't wait to see them.
Well, talking about sitting in a chair, The Spectator this week has done an article about the rise of the presentician.
Presentician?
Yes,
politician.
A politician, not an optician.
An optician that becomes a presenter?
No, a politician who becomes a presenter. Now, funnily enough, on this programme, not long ago, there was a politician who didn't rule out the fact that he would like to present the programme. That was Matt Hancock, of course, on Tuesday morning. Well, The Spectator has pointed to the fact that Esther McVey on GB News, used to be a cabinet minister.
Yeah.
Jacob Rees-Mogg.
He's just joined, I think, hasn't he?
Yes, he has. And then over on Talk TV, Nadine Dorries.
Oh, their big new signing. She's got a Friday night show?
And she's got a very big guest. Her very good friend, Boris Johnson, the former Prime Minister.
Mates with the former Prime Minister.
So the question is, how does that make you neutral? Or, is Nadine Dorries going to really put Boris Johnson to the sword? In that interview.
It'll be gripping to see what they do talk about,
Yes.
whatever it is. I wonder if the nature of some of the channels is that actually they want people to have strong views a certain way, so you can have right-wing politicians on GB News, for example, and they'll get the opposition to come and sit not opposite them, and then they can have that debate there. Is that how they do it?
Yeah, well, we do have some extracts from that interview, so we will have a look a little bit later on. But somebody else that is making the headlines this morning is Liz Truss, former Prime Minister.
She wants to be a presenter.
Well, funnily enough, I've dressed as Liz Truss this morning because I put this dress on and I thought, who do I look like?
You really have.
And there we go.
You've got these little, what are these bits called? They're like little, what are they?
These
They're
kind
like,
of epaulettes.
Are they epaulettes?
Yes.
What's in them?
So there we go.
Got pointy shoulders.
I am dressed as a presentician this morning.
That really is the same outfit, isn't it?
It really is.
Slightly different tone. You're doing it very nicely, Liz. Wearing it well.
Thank you very much indeed. 5 minutes past 6, well, our main news this morning is that households in England and Wales facing the largest increase to their water bills in almost 20 years.